East Anglia and another 24-hour event, the ESSO Willhire. A mere baby by comparison to Le Mans in terms of years, it's nonetheless a well-established event which gives the saloon car racers of the various British Championships a chance to race through the night, putting drivers, cars and teams under intense pressure at every level. This event began in truly appalling conditions. From our camera inside the cockpit of the number 5 Sierra Cosworth of Mackay, Bartlett and Donovan, you can see the water puddling on the track. The weather hardly improved as afternoon became evening, overcast became dusk, and visibility remained a problem. Nonetheless, the race was surprisingly incident-free. In fact, the entire field still circulating at this point. Shortly before what would have been dusk in other weather conditions, the number 9 Sierra of Hathaway, Wallace and Sand sacrificed, regained and then lost its early one-lap lead. Behind, the field swapped places gently and it became clear that the strength in this event now lay with the BMW of Willhire, Kurt Luby and Ray Bellum. Number 14 car soon assumed a position at the front of the field, and by the time darkness settled over Norfolk, the retirements had begun in earnest. Half a dozen cars or so were missing from the racetrack. Then the major excitement afflicting the number 5 Sierra. The fire extinguisher inside the car went off accidentally, with opposite results to those you'd expect. Instead of drastically cutting visibility, the driver saw far more than normal. Pink elephants, green giraffes, red rhinoceroses. Hallucinating like a 60s dropout, he managed to get back to the pits and was taken away to hospital, though the car continued in the race. It lost considerable time on the track and in the pits, but in a 24-hour race perhaps that's not too much of a problem. Sometime in the darkness, the rain finally went away and dawn crept into Norfolk with the BMW of Luby, Hoy and Bellum still in the lead by a useful number of laps. The number 14 BMW hadn't put a foot wrong since 10 o'clock the previous evening and headed the number 9 Sierra of Hathaway, Wallace and Sand. They were overhauled, however, round about midday by the number 5 car, despite the fire extinguisher incident, and those positions stayed unchanged until 4 o'clock on a murky Sunday afternoon. Then the checkered flag dropped on the winners of the ESSO Willhire 24 hours. In fact, after 16 seconds more than 24 hours, Ray Bellum, Willhire and Kurt Luby had lapped Snetterton 909 times, covering 1,774 miles and averaging 74 miles an hour to win by 7 laps. Asking for the champagne appears to be a perfectly reasonable thing to do under the circumstances.